That means you're on the John Fredericks Media Network and the John Fredericks radio apps and all the John Fredericks media partners. Thanks for being with us across the nation. You can get us everywhere: YouTube, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, you name it, we got it. Getter Live, Rumble Live, X Live, and right here across my 23 radio stations and any of our platforms. And the chat we go to, just so everybody knows, is Getter Live. So if you want to participate in the chat that I actually look at, because I can't do 5 of them at once, nobody can do that. So we chose Getter. So that's kind of a fun chat. Been on it forever. Just go to Getter. If you don't have it, download it on your phone or your mobile device or whatever you have, your laptop. Just download the Getter app and go to John Fredericks. Just go to John Fredericks Show and hit listen live, and you're there and you're in the chat, and it's good to have you with us. Phone lines are always open on this great day, this Monday, January the 5th. Tyler, can you believe it? Here we are into our 15th year on the radio and on our network. 15 year coming up, completed 14 in the books, ready to roll. And I am fired up, guys. Nothing like, I love this holiday on Thursday because everybody took 2 weeks off. I think in the 14 days, I think I worked, not including Saturdays, which is just fun for me. I think I worked 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 in 2 weeks. So it's been a lot of fun, and I got a lot of rest, a lot of sleep. My New Year's resolution, one thing, get more sleep. Other than, we got to make our numbers. Got to make your numbers and get more sleep. And one thing probably ties to the other. But it's good to have you guys with us. We've got a great year coming up. I'm White House correspondent. I'll be in the press pool on Wednesday. Hopefully, if there's something going on, go in the Oval Office, follow the president. But and they promised to increase my rotation percentage. So I'm happy about that. We're going to get a new seating chart. Maybe maybe the WHCA is doing it, so I have no chance in getting a seat there in the press room, but you never know. They were smart. They give it to me, so they just shut me up. But of course they're not, because they're a bunch of haters. Anyway, look, it's all good. This is America First, baby. You ready to go? See, America First is not isolationism. America First is not we let drugs flow in the country. America First is not we let foreign governments in our hemisphere take over our oil companies. That is not America First. America First is taking care of ourselves. Now, I'm going to talk about oil because everybody is looking at this. Oil is a bad thing. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene and them out there saying, oh, it's all about oil. Yeah, it is. Why shy away from this? Why not have, we got to go into 2026 with a couple things. Me, truth and clarity. Everybody else, balls. Kahunas, big ones. We got to have balls. Trump had balls going into Venezuela. Everything could have gone wrong. Nothing did. He believes in his military. He took the scumbag out and his wife. These are drug traffickers, and we all want to spin it and say, oh, it's a law enforcement operation and it's bringing somebody to justice. No, it's about stop that. Okay. We could have done that 6 years ago. It's about taking out a dictator, an evil regime that was starving its people, but worse, exporting drugs into our nation at a historic level, and gangs and bad people. And so we took them out to protect us so that we can live a better life, quality of life. And guess what? I'm all for the oil companies going in there. I don't care if we're saying it's about oil. Yay. I want oil prices to come down. I want gas to be $1.50. And it will if we get the oil out of there. It's the most oil-rich nation in the world. Look, if they were a democracy doing business with us, none of this would have happened. If they weren't exporting drugs, none of this would have happened to them. He gave this guy the opportunity to get out. He didn't do it. So they went in there and they captured him. And look, we are going to take this government over. This vice president, Rodriguez, she's worse than he is. And you heard her on the phone. She was all peach and cream and nice. As soon as the ships left, she was defiant. Maduro's our president. Nothing changes. And then Trump says, really? Well, what's going to happen to you is worse than what happened to him. Worse than going to jail, getting captured and spending the rest of your life in jail. Worse is death. Look, we're not kidding around. And for those that said, oh, we promised no wars. This isn't a war. This is America first. I don't know how you get more America first than stopping the killing of our kids by this fentanyl and these other drugs. I don't know how you become more America first than taking back the oil companies' resources that were stolen from us when they nationalized it. Now, we had a deal to go in there and extract that oil, and they'd get a percentage of it, and they just stole it. And now they can't produce it because they're imbeciles and incompetent, like every communist government is. That's why Venezuelans in Miami are dancing in the streets. This is one of the greatest things President Trump has done. And for all the naysayers out there, I don't know what your problem is. America first is not complete and utter isolationism. You can't be isolationist when you've let 50 million people in our country that don't belong here, or whatever the number is, 30 million. When your cities are being taken over by Somalian gangs. When in Dearborn, Michigan, it's run by Muslims. When New York City is run by a communist, Muslim, Islamist, jihadist. There is no isolationism. They've already come here. This is what is so stupid about this argument. If you want a safe America, if you want a prosperous America, if you want you and your families to have a better quality of life, this is how you got to govern. You get an adversary, you take them out, especially when they're in your backyard. Some people are saying Cuba's next. I loved Rubio. By the way, Rubio's finest moment. I loved Marco Rubio on that Saturday press conference. Loved him to death. There's a president right there. Vance, nowhere to be found. Nothing against J.D. Vance. I'm sure he'll be fine. But if Rubio runs, he wins based on what I've just seen. Now, maybe he's not. Maybe he goes Vance, Rubio. I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't care. We got a long way from that. A long way. Right now, I love what President Trump did. I think this might have been his finest moment. And you can say, oh, it's foreign policy. Yeah, it is, but it's protecting us. It's about America first, quality of life, and America safe. And he's done all three with one chess move. Made us safer, made us richer, improved your quality of life. And what's the problem? What is the problem? Now, the Democrats are blasting him because, look, if Biden did this, they'd be cheering him. So you just discount this. If this was Clinton or Biden or Hillary Clinton, if any of them did this, they'd all be cheering him on. They'd be saying Biden is the greatest president in the history of God. You know it, and I know it. But because Trump did it, it didn't go through Congress. And Rubio was right. What I'm gonna tell Eric Swalwell in Congress so he can leak it. Guy that was sleeping with a Chinese spy, now he's running for governor. Telling people as part of his platform, if a ICE agent wears a mask, they're going to suspend their driver's license, fine them and suspend them and kick them out of California. This is the nonsense going on with the Democrats. I think the Venezuela thing turned the tide. Lindsey Graham, who I don't like 95% of the time, nailed it. This is your comeback. And it is. It gets all the nonsense gone. Chuck Schumer yesterday saying, well, we're not really in favor of closing the government down. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Because that's going to nail us again. So Saturday was a great day. Saturday was a great day for America. Saturday was a great day for America First. Saturday was a great day for President Trump, and it's a great January 5th. And tomorrow they're all going to be bringing up January 6th again. Now we know the whole thing was a fake. We know the whole thing was a facade. It was feigned. It was all nonsense. They're going to bring that up again. Meantime, you got Mandami. I got a lot of clips today. You got Mandami in New York City, his housing person, saying the relationship, get this, I got to play this. I got a lot of clips today. The relationship between white American owners of houses and New York City has changed forever. What? What does white people owning a home have to do with anything? Well, because we're going to confiscate it, because you can't sell it. You got to offer to the city so we can put illegals there because they're our vote base. Got an NGO now, pops up in New York City, wants to pay the 100,000 volunteers that Mandami had, 100,000 of them, wants to start paying them, re-engage them for his army. Do you understand what's going on here? You got the takeover of New York City. You got the takeover of Minnesota. You got the takeover of half of Michigan. Doesn't matter whether they vote Republican or not in Dearborn. They're blasting their prayer in the middle of the downtown every day, whether you like it or not. They run the town. Muslims run the town. Islamists run it. They get in, they take over. That's their goal. And we're worrying about getting our oil back from Venezuela when we've already been invaded on multiple fronts. What planet do you guys live on? Oh, well, it's not America first. Says who? Says who? Marjorie Taylor Greene? Tucker Carlson? Megyn Kelly? Whoever these people are? Says who? America first is first and foremost your safety. First and foremost, our quality of life. First and foremost, prosperity for Americans. This invasion, and I'm going to call it what it is, an invasion of Venezuela to take out Maduro and his wife under the guise, see, I'm flipping it because I'm not afraid, under the guise of justice was brilliant. It's not about justice. Yeah, he's going to be arraigned in court. He's going to go for trial and get sentenced. So to make everything smooth over, they're saying, oh, it's about justice. No, it's about an invasion to make your life better and to depose a brutal dictator who nationalized American property and who is starving his people. 1/3 of Venezuelans have left the country. 1/3. To find food. There's no food there. They should be the richest country in the world, and their people are starving under this guy. Now, yeah, not our problem. But drugs coming in is our problem. Terrorist gangs coming in, Tren de Agua is our problem. Illegals coming in is our problem. And seizing our oil companies' assets are our problem. All of these are our problem. That's why I think this might have been Trump's finest moment. It's going to take balls to win. You can't win snooping, snobbering around, afraid of your own shadow. Republican, you know what? Ann said this to me the other day. Brilliant. She said, name another Republican president right now that would have done this. Name one. Vance, no. Rubio, no. Youngkin, no. DeSantis, maybe, okay. I haven't thought about that. I'll give it to DeSantis. Yeah, yes, probably DeSantis would do it, but he can't be president because nobody likes the guy. I'm sorry. But I mean, very few would have done this. This was a ballsy move, man. You should be proud of what our military did, and you should be proud of what Trump is saying. And he's like, hey, I'm putting all you SOBs on notice. Rubio's statement was, hey, if you're in senior government in Cuba right now, you just crapped your pants. You just peed down your leg. You're next. We're going to change the hemisphere. This is not Iraq and nation building and Middle East. This is in our backyard. Cuba's 90 miles away. All right, I got a lot of calls. I got a lot of people got something to say. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. I'm fired up. I don't know how you can see this and not be fired up. And don't be telling me about nation building and Iraq and Afghanistan and forever wars and what Trump said. This is the essence of what America First is. Not Marjorie Taylor Greene, not a lot of these other people. This is the essence of it.